and welcome back to the Showroom Cinema podcast. Get a load of this. Sam, if you're watching on YouTube, we're doing video versions now. We've got Honora, we've got Paddington joining us on stage in Screen 3 here at Showroom. And they're just two of the films we're going to talk about here in November. I'm joined by Sam Howe.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
You've got a new title now, Sam, since we last recorded.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, Digital Marketing and Programming Coordinator. So I'm very excited. Rolls off the tongue.
It does indeed, doesn't it? Try fitting that on a
lanyard.
lanyard.
Absolutely.
No, thank you so much for joining me, Sam. And we've got a really, really great month of films to tell you about. A couple film festivals. We'll be having interviews with Mel Gourlay, festival director for FFS, which is at the end of November, and chatting to Tash Jagger from FilmGirlsGalore, who'll be bringing us a wicked, kickass double bill as part of Art of Action, which is season running all throughout November and December here at Showroom. Art of Action is a UK-wide film season supported by the National Lottery and the BFI Film Audience Network. And we've got films, we've got silent era stunts, we've got action classics. We can go through those in a bit.
Yeah.
And then, a couple good double bills this month, and then even more.
Yeah.
We can.
Incredible lineup, to be fair. It's brilliant.
It starts Friday, 1st of November at 6 o'clock. We've got Pamela Hutchinson, an expert in silent cinema, coming in to introduce Steamboat Bill Jr., which I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
It's just a real riot, to be honest. There's things in that people would go viral for on YouTube now, but beyond that, it's like, how do you hold on to a moving vehicle?
Yeah.
How do you sit in a bathtub and be picked up by a hurricane? And then one of the best stunts of Buster Keaton's entire career in there. So, do come and check that out starting Friday, 1st of November. We move on. Family Time Toy Story. We got a VHS screening. Might have seen that on the socials the other day. Very excited.
It's a great video as well.
Thank you very much. It's I was always a fan. Bugs Life was my VHS.
Yeah.
I put that in the machine so many times it eventually got wedged in.
Nice. Yeah.
I
to get it I was like that with the Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lion King 1.5.
Lion King 1.5. Direct to video.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not the only kids' film that weekend. We closed Black History Month on Saturday the 2nd as well at 1 o'clock. New Roots, which is a young programmers group run by the Utopia Theatre Learning Club. They've had an 8-week session, and it's all building up to Princess and the Frog. They're having a New Orleans-style big, easy blowout to send off Black History Month. It's bound to be a great time. Get down for that. And then finally, something for stage. Oh, and something for screen. Swan Lake, Sunday the 3rd at midday. And then Tops, which is a film presented by Lectures on Gender and Sexuality. I think Amez Pennington, the director, asks, which top did you wear when you got top surgery? And it looks like a lot of fun. I love those documentarians that get a bit too involved in their film and they end up becoming a character in their own story. And Amez will be down to run a Q&A after that, so do get down if you can. Let's run through the regular releases, Sam. These will be coming out Friday 1st. Honora.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to see Honora at London Film Festival. We had a preview of it here as well. It was very popular. It won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, which is like the biggest film festival prize of the year, really. It's brilliant. It lives up to the hype. It's Sean Baker's next film following Florida Project and Red Rocket. It's just, Mikey Madison, who's like the breakout star of it, is delivering just one of them performances where you watch her and you're like, well, she's going to be a star for the next 30, 40 years now. She's just brilliant. And it's just like a whirlwind comedy party to start with, and then it gets very dramatic, stays funny, but like with a thrill to it. Seeing comparisons to Uncut Gems, and it has a bit of that vibe, but it's just very unique and just a really good story that I would recommend everyone catch. Yeah, it's really good.
Great stuff. Take a trip to New York. Also, small things like these. Cillian Murphy's latest feature. We've also got Heretic. You want to see Hugh Grant in a role like you've never seen him before. They're really bigging this up, aren't they? Hugh Grant's horror film of the year. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. We've been celebrating that all week at Showroom, building up to that. We've got prints out in the light well. You can see some original stills from older Christopher Reeve films. They've been given to us very kindly by World of Superheroes. And from what I've seen,
it's a brilliant film. It is so emotional. If you go into it, you're going to shed a tear, but that you sort of know, if you know the story of Christopher Reeve, the original Superman, the ultimate hero, had a terrible accident and was paralyzed and nearly lost his life. And the film sort of intercuts between his role as Superman and what that icon meant to the world, and then what he then meant to the world when he recovered from his accident and he was in his wheelchair and he was using his voice to spread the word of disability rights, to set up organizations to help people that have had similar accidents to him. And it's just a brilliant film about resilience and family. It becomes about his family that are all supporting him. And yeah, just a wonderful film and a very important one. And I would recommend everyone watch it. But yeah, take some tissues because it's an emotional one, but a brilliant one.
Amazing. And I think the last regular release to hit that week, Steamboat Bill Jr. We've got it all week. So yeah, do come in for a bit of Buster Keaton slapstick. We move on week 1 and a half. Lion King 1.5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Starting 4th of November, Monday, 4th of November. Our first special screening will be, we've actually got 2 screenings of this, Van Gogh, Poets and Lovers from Exhibition on Screen. Sam, you're lucky enough to go and see the exhibition they're talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, we've got this on the 6th and the 10th of November, like you say, and it's incredible. While I was in London for the festival, me and my partner went to the National Gallery and saw the exhibit, which I think is now sold out until mid-December completely. So I don't this is probably the only way to see it for the next couple of months is the exhibition on screen. But the exhibit is just, it's amazing. It's just standing in front of some of them and seeing the pain and the joy of Van Gogh. Very powerful to see, I found, and the exhibition on screen always capture that. So I think this is going to be a very popular one with it being such a big name. So I'd recommend people pre-book if they want to see this one. But yeah, it's a really good couple of hours at the cinema.
Excellent. Yeah, they always add so much context.
Yeah,
he's an artist that really captured the imagination because of, like you say, the human story behind such expressive work. So yeah, really lovely opportunity to see that. Also on the 6th, Fahrenheit 11/9, the Michael Moore, I want to say sequel to a previous Fahrenheit film he made, where he just goes in. He goes in on the state of politics, and we're screening it the day after the US election. I got the chance to speak with Dr. Maisha Wester, who's been running this latest season of Film Studies. She said, show up just to see my reaction, because she is fully embedded in this stuff and will give, whatever the outcome, I think it'll be a really eye-opening night, and good opportunity to watch a brilliant documentary. We move ahead to the next day, Thursday the 7th. Tank Girl is this month's showroom spotlight, chosen by Rosie, one of our customer service assistants on the box office. Punk sci-fi classic, back when they were just making films that were mad, so much paint, so much noise, iced tea in very, very heavy makeup. Yeah,
I'm very excited for this one. Yeah, Rosie's really put a lot of work into it to make it a really good evening. So we've got an original piece of artwork for the film that's been made to be raffled off for any attendees. So you can buy a raffle ticket on the way in, support Showroom, but also you get a really, really cool piece of artwork. And Rosie's worked with our kitchen team as well to got a burger and drink deal. I think we're doing an iced tea of some kind, and we've got a burger deals, and Rosie's going to do an intro for it. So it's going to be an exciting night. I'll be there. And yeah, really looking forward to that one.
Bit of bombast. No, looks great. Get down for that. We've another intro. We're blessed with introductions this month. If you love your context, you're in for a good month. The Adventures of Robin Hood will be the next film in the Art of Action silent cinema. Oh no, my bad. It'll actually be the first installment in the action classic strand of Art of Action. We go all the way back, and we get an introduction by John Featherstone, who has been banging the drum for this on Twitter. He's a big fan of the original Robin Hood. Should be a really good time. That I think we'll push on to family time. Karate Kid, Izzy's programmed in another action-packed family time screening. This is the original with Daniel. Oh no, he's called Daniel.
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Well done. Thanks for the save there.
Okay.
Story of friendship.
Yeah.
And martial arts. What more do you need?
Oh, jinx.
Ruggles of Red Gap, also on that day, Saturday the 9th at 2:30, Dr. Sheldon Hall is putting on a British silent comedy classic. So something for everyone that weekend. Sunday the 9th, we start Queer East. Queer East, one of the film festivals we've got running this month, Queer East on the Road. They are bringing LGBTQ plus cinema from across East Asia, Southeast Asia, and diaspora communities. Hello, mid-edit Nathan here to let you know we've got a special interview with Queer East. A little last-minute addition to our program. Let's throw it over to that now. I'm now joined by Yi Wang, Festival and Program Director for Queer East. It's a festival that will be running all month long here at Showroom Cinema starting on the 9th of November. Yi, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You've got 4 great films in the program, and I just, we're going to run through these in a second, but what did you want to say with the 4 that you're bringing to Showroom?
Yeah, I think, of course, Queer East is a festival that showcases rarely seen queer cinema from East and Southeast Asia. And what we always want to present is sort of a overlook of what's happening in this region and what's new and also what's old. So you will always find our program is a mix of really like retrospective films, rare find films, and also like latest films that showcases the current queer landscape in the region.
Yeah, as you said, you've got 4 great films here, and it all starts Saturday, 9th of November at 6 o'clock with Love Bound.
Yes, Love Bound is a film that we were really honored to host its world premiere this year at the festival. The director and also the protagonist, Chobai, they are sort of my long-term friends. I personally have witnessed Chobai's fight against, of course, the back in the China with the sort of the Chinese education system, but also I've witnessed her campaign in the UK of constructing a queer community space for Chinese queer diaspora. Yeah, and also we will have the director and also Chobai. They will both join us for in-person Q&A after the screening, which will be great to hear their sort of personal story and also the story behind the making of the film.
I think that's going to be a great opportunity to, really understand. You've got an empathetic documentary and then an opportunity to speak to the director in person. So we look forward to that. I think another one, Asog. This is quite an intriguing hybrid documentary. We've got Thursday the 14th, also at 6 p.m. It's a Filipino film about the survivors of the super typhoon Yolanda. And I think what's intriguing is a lot of recreation with actors that are not trained professionals. They were there and they are here now in this film.
Yes. So I think this film is a really fun, tragic comedy type of film that I was really excited when I first saw it. So it's like, like the docudrama style of films following by these 2 protagonists. In the film, they embark on a road trip. And I think the very important thing for us is Filipino film in the UK is quite under the radar. And that's why I always really exciting when I find a Filipino film that we can present to the audiences.
Fun watch. And another road trip film. We're getting connections all over the place here. Bye Bye Love. This is a 50th anniversary screening on Saturday, 16th of November. Long Lost. Recently rediscovered queer classic from Japanese history, I suppose, influenced by New Wave and doing things that I guess films, even for decades after, maybe didn't quite achieve. So a really interesting chance to see a bit of cinema history.
Yes, definitely. Bye Bye Love is definitely really exciting finding for us this year. The film has been considered lost for decades, like what you just mentioned, and I think a random person just found a print in a random warehouse back in 2018, and it's just a really radical and really sort of like exciting film made during the Japanese New Wave period, like late 80s, early 70s, when the Japanese filmmaking was really sort of imaginative and very wild, and you sort of can experience that in this film. And I think it's also very interesting from the queer perspective to see how the gender and queerness were being viewed back in those times, and you will find it surprisingly liberal.
That sounds great. We've got one more to cover here, The River, another classic by the juggernaut of slow cinema, Tsai Ming Liang, a classic to cap us off here on Thursday, the 21st of November.
Yes, so this is Tsai Ming Liang's film made in 1997, which is part of his very sort of iconic trilogy, Water Trilogy or Taipei Trilogy. So this is the third film of it, and then we actually screened his previous two films, of course, The Rebels of Neon God, which was screened in a showroom last year as well, and then also Vive l'Amour, and this is the third one. And so the film has like a Tsai Ming Liang's constant sort of exploring of what it means to be a family, and then of course his like topics about like urban loneliness, and of course Li Kangshen, who is his lifetime muse. So it's a really rare, again, like it's a very rare film you are able to see on the big screen. I think a lot of people probably see some low quality DVD before online pirate website, but this is the first time to see this actually restored remastered version of it. So very exciting about that. And for those who are familiar with Tsai Ming Liang's later films, this will be another treat as well, because it is actually quite fast moving, past compared to his recent films that basically no one move. So it will be quite interesting to see.
Excellent. Yeah, if you were lucky enough to see Rebels of the Neon God last year, I think the way he uses the same place and the same actors, these stories overlap each other like graph paper. It's something really beautiful, I think, and that's again Thursday 21st of November. It's been lovely talking to you. I guess, was there anything else you'd say to someone who, maybe this is them dipping their toe into Asian cinema, if they've got interests in sort of queer cinema?
Yeah, I mean, I will always say that I think the fundamental idea about going to cinema, watching a film is really about discovering things you probably never encountered before, or topics you never aware before. And then for us, like queer cinema has been there for 8 decades, but in the UK, of course, we don't really get a lot of chance to see like a queer cinema related to East and Southeast Asian countries. Or if you are an Asian cinema fan, you probably see a lot of films that come from Asia, but more related to either commercial genres, horrors, action films. And it is another rare chance to see like a queer Asian cinema surrounding on LGBTQ plus topics. So I would always like encourage people to give it a try and see what these programs are about, and you will be able to find some new things during your watching experience, I hope.
Yuan, thank you very much again. Queer East 2024, Saturday 9th of November. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
the first film in that program, Love Bound, on Sunday the 9th at 6 o'clock. Regular releases that week, we've got Wings in the Art of Action season. We've got Bird, the new Andrea Arnold kitchen sink drama with some big names. Mary Kurgan, Franz
Rogowski, who was like Blondine, Passages. Recently.
Passages was a big one, wasn't it? Disco Boy, I know we had this year as well.
Great actor.
Yeah. And Blitz, Saoirse Ronan. Turn to screen.
Saoirse's very popular at the minute. The Outrun's been a bit of a sensation for us the last few months. So I saw Blitz for the festival as well, and she gives another great performance, which is what we've come to expect because she's probably one of the best actresses working today. But that's exciting. It's the new Steve McQueen film, obviously of like 12 Years a Slave. And I think Widows was his most recent cinema release.
Yeah.
Then he did the Small Axe saga that was like TV films. Just a great director and an interesting sort of spin on the London Blitz story, told through the eyes of a child trying to find his way home. So it's an interesting one.
Yeah, really big community. And I guess going back to the big screen, he's able to really bring the full scope.
The visuals were amazing in it as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. But the big release that week, Paddington in Peru, the third installment in the Paddington series, sees the family go overseas.
Yeah, darkest Peru.
Back to darkest Peru.
Yeah.
It's for a family reunion.
Yeah, trying to track down Aunt Lucy, apparently, after the heartwarming end to Paddington 2, where she appears in London, suddenly missing in Peru. And as the tagline goes, a little bear goes a long way. So, looking forward to that. It's been a while since Paddington 2, 6 years. It's a different director this time round, so that'll be interesting to see a new spin on it, but I'm very much looking forward to it. It's the wholesome bear of England.
I think so, and adding some really good guest characters. Again, we've got Antonio Banderas in this one. And
Olivia Colman.
Bring a bit of Black Narcissus vibes. I'm feeling nice in the jungle, but should be a really good time. And you can watch the trailer now.
Thank you for using PhotoMe.
Thank you for having me.
Please note that headwear is not permitted. Make sure your face is within the red circle.
Red circle. Right.
Commencing photos in 3, 2, 1.
No, wait. Dear Aunt Lucy, I have very important news. We're coming to visit you. The Browns are coming to Peru.
Get ready, everyone! He's coming!
Oh, what a handsome boat.
Hola!
Smooth, strong, easy on the eye, and that's just the boat. Voila!
Aunt Lucy! Paddington, we're here! Aunt Lucy!
I'm afraid she set off on some sort of quest deep in the jungle, and we have no idea where she is.
Aunt Lucy found me when I was a cub. Now I have to find her.
But the Amazon is quite large.
We have to try.
And I have faith that you will survive.
This will be fun. I can show you where I'm from.
Well, we wanted a holiday to remember.
Is it me, or is it getting a bit choppy?
I appear to be driving the boat.
Welcome to Peru.
What are we laughing about?
Nothing.
Week 2, that's what we're laughing about. It starts 11th November, Monday 11th November. First special event, film quiz by Simon.
Yeah. Toughest quiz in Sheffield.
Toughest quiz in town. It's unbelievable.
It is.
Good prizes, eh?
Yeah.
You get some Blu-rays, you get drinks.
Yeah, you just if you come if you don't win, then you get picked out of a hat, and a team wins free drink vouchers. So even if you don't win, it's worth coming. It's a great quiz. I'm there every month. Very rarely win, but I'm there, so I've got the participation trophy.
There's no theme, I guess, between we did a Halloween one last month. I imagine there'll be a Christmas one.
Yeah, this is just Simon doing tough films. Yeah,
should be good. That starts at 8:30 Tuesday the 12th. You can book your team in through our cafe bar or call a number on the website. Another query screening, a SOG, Thursday 14th at 6 o'clock. Right. Tash Jagger introduces Women of Modern Action, a kick-ass. I keep saying that. I'm saying that too much. A whoop-ass double bill.
That's not better.
You don't like that one. Of modern action films. And I got the chance to speak with her yesterday. Let's find out what she has to say. FilmGirlsGalore is a film club for gals in Sheffield to meet up with pals at Showroom Cinema, because what's better than seeing a film and chatting it over afterwards? Tash Jagger of FilmGirlsGalore, welcome to the Showroom Cinema podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Tash, we chatted all the way back in January, just as you were setting up the group, and over the year you've had meets for Challengers and The Substance, and you've even organised some screenings here, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, and most recently Mean Girls on Mean Girls Day. How has the first year gone for you?
You know what, it's gone better than expected, because when I officially thought about doing it, I was like, I don't think anyone's going to show up, because making friends is so much harder when you get older. And I remember the first club meet, I was literally sat at the table thinking, oh my God, what if I'm just going to be by myself? But then people showed up week by week. Even if it's 2 people that come, I'm still okay, this is a success still. It's not all about numbers. And it's just nice to forge relationships with people. Especially the more that you see them, it gets less awkward, you have more fun, especially incorporating crafts. So the girls really enjoy crafting. Obviously something like that can't happen at every screening, but the ones for example, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, we did bracelet making, and it was really relaxing just to kind of sit back, kind of not just sit there and do something productive and chat about all things film, life, struggling to tie the bracelets and things like that. So it's been really refreshing, been a great surprise. Never thought in a million years I'd have the confidence to do it. Still probably have a lot of anxiety over it, but that's life, isn't it?
No, as you say, it's been a great string of events, and adding on where you can and just having something to get together over and keep the chatter flowing. I know you were at London Film Festival. We had all our previews running last month. Honora was the most popular. That's coming out on the 1st of November. But we've got Bird, Andrea Arnold, Blitz, Conclave. I mean, with the inside scoop, what can you tell us we should be looking forward to?
Honora is just, it's just so great. I actually did a double bill of Emilia Perez and Honora right after, which was a wild ride. But Honora, Mike and Madison is just a force. I've not seen Scream or anything like that, so this is my first introduction to her as an actress. But wow, I didn't really know what to expect, but the whole movie just is an insane wild ride. But so, especially towards the end, so emotive, which I love in a film when it has that kind of them shots that really just capture a certain feeling. The one film that I really loved was Night Bitch. And I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but it was definitely one of the films that I was this is either going to be really bad or really good. And I was she turns into a dog. But loved it. Had the right amount of humor. I came out, and regardless, it's about a mother, and regardless not being a mother myself, I just felt I related in some way, and I think that that's a really good direction from the director, really.
I'm a huge Scoot McNairy fan. I bang the drum for Scoot McNairy here at Showroom, so Night Bitch, anything he's in, I'll be out for it. Let's focus on your screenings, Art of Action. It'll be a season running throughout all of November and December here at Showroom Cinema. Friday, 15th November, you've planned in a kick-ass double bill, Women in Modern Action. Would you like to introduce it and talk us through the two films you've picked?
Yeah, so Women in Action is, there's this like misconception, I guess, like probably not as much now, but it's always going to be there that, women aren't into action or, it's always male dominant. And I was really thrilled when Ryan and Izzy kind of came to me to kind of like pick some films. And I don't know why the first thing I thought about was Charlie's Angels. Like, I remember growing up and, being really young and just like seeing like Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz just like slaying on the screen, watching it with mum and dad. And I feel like, because obviously they remade it with Kristen Stewart. I didn't want to like think about that. I've not even seen that one, but I was like, this is iconic. This is very nostalgic, which is very on brand for Film Girls Galore. And then Atomic Blonde, I wanted to do something that was a bit more, even more modern. And Charlize Theron, again, incredible actress, heard really raving things about the film. So overall, I wanted to do something that was like nostalgic, modern, and yeah, that's Women in Modern Action.
No, it's two great picks. Charlize Theron delivers an all-time action performance in Atomic Blonde. I know there's one particularly good staircase fight that is sort of, I mean, a lot of films were imitating John Wick around the time, but I think it came out in a real sweet spot where there was still lots of open terrain to take a modern action film in whatever direction you want. And like you say, unbelievably nostalgic, that 90s Charlie's Angels. They'll be on Charlie's Angels, that's 6:15 on the 15th of November, and you follow it up with Atomic Blonde at 8:30. Excellent stuff. Was there anything else we had to go through, Tash?
I'll be announcing a very exciting Christmas meetup in probably like middle to end of November. I'm very excited. There will be a craft workshop that I'm trying to figure out what kind of Christmas crafts, but it's going to be very nostalgic, very fun, and yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a cute, like little afternoon prior to Christmas. So yeah.
Excellent stuff. We're getting to that time of year. It's well worth getting into the cinema out of the cold.
And it's just, you know what? It's like you can go to the cinema, you can get a hot chocolate, a bit of cake, and I don't know. There's just something different about going to the cinema at Christmas. Like, when like the showroom has really great lights in the cafe bar, like outside, and it just has a nice little home, cozy vibe. So yeah.
Excellent stuff. We look forward to the announcement. Tash, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again to Tash. And you can follow Film Girls Galore at Film Girls Galore on Instagram. Do come down to screening Charlie's Angels and Atomic Blonde. It'll be guaranteed to be a good night. Jumping ahead, Sunday, we're back on stage. Kiss Me Kate, the musical with Adrian Dunbar. This is a classic. I'm not too familiar with the source material myself, but I'm sure people who have seen Kiss Me Kate before would like to see a new version of it. Seems like very loud. It's got synchronized jumping, one of those musicals, like nice big dance set pieces, all the lights, all the costumes. We're screening that Sunday the 17th and Wednesday the 20th of November. Regular releases that week. We've got some good ones here. We've got The General as part of our action, another Buster Keaton classic. Seventh Samurai.
Yeah, always in the top 10 list of best films of all time. So it's very exciting to have. We had the poster up for it a couple of months ago. We had it nice and early, and just people always walking past going like, when's this showing? So this is when it's showing. It's finally on. And yeah, I'm very excited for that one on the big screen.
Yeah, Akira Kurosawa's epic, restored in 4K as well, so it should look even better than the last time I saw it. Christmas Eve at Miller's Point. Seems a little early for
Christmas comes early, apparently,
big family comedy.
Yeah,
by the series in this one, and a whole host of Hollywood youngsters.
Yeah, got Francesca Scorsese and Sawyer Spielberg. I don't think Martin or Stephen are involved in the film, but if you want Christmas to start early, that's there for you.
The soundtrack to a coup d'etat. I'm really looking forward to this jazz historical documentary. Sign me up. Patrice Lumumba was a African leader who was pivotal, or his death was pivotal to a very key UN summit at the height of the Cold War. Got Nikita Khrushchev on one side, Dwight Eisenhower on the other side, the US and Russia going at it, and suddenly, as a bloc, Africa emerges onto the world stage with some real voting weight behind it to get their voice heard and get very much needed change pushed through. I don't quite know how John Coltrane is involved in all of this. I'm very much looking forward to that. I will read more up on it before I see it. But the big release that week, Gladiator Gladiator 2,
Yeah.
Ridley Scott's sequel to his Roman epic.
Yeah, he's back in the Colosseum.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone a few years ago imagined we'd ever see a sequel to Gladiator.
Sure.
It won all sorts of Oscars. It was a sensation back in 2000. But it's become one of the most anticipated films of the year. It was one of them when it was announced, everyone was like, do we need a Gladiator 2? And then suddenly it was like Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal are in it, Ridley's coming back. And then the trailer, and it's like there's sharks in the Colosseum and Pedro Pascal's fighting Paul Mescal with swords, and everyone's like, well, what else do you need in a movie? So it might, everything about it screams the greatest movie of all time. No.
Well, you could have imagined them more.
Yeah, but it is very exciting. And that should be a big hit on the 15th, and probably one to see on the biggest screen. So very excited.
Yeah, good to have it at Showroom.
Yeah.
You want to see the trailer? It starts now.
It is an art, choosing gladiators. They're usually prisoners of war.
I claim this city for the glory of Rome.
You have something in you. Rage. Never let it go. It will carry you to greatness. I own you now. But whose head could I give you to satisfy your fury?
The general will do. Rome has taken everything from me. But I will have my vengeance.
There is plenty of pain waiting for you in the next life. I don't know why you are so greedy for it in this one.
Your Majesties.
This is your gladiator.
It is. I have the trust of the Emperor. It will clear my path to the throne. You will be my instrument.
I will never be your instrument in this life or the next.
Lucius, take your father's strength. His name was Maximus, and I see him in you.
Most fighters won't survive.
You must help him.
Strength among us! I don't fight for power. I fight to free Rome from men like them.
Your name will be forgotten!
To restore order, I must have power.
Everything is forgotten in time. Empires fall, so do emperors.
This is war! Real war!
The odds are against you. The odds are always against me.
Ready to roll!
Cool. Doesn't that look good? You know what else is good? Wizard of Oz. I think we've all decided it's a classic, and it's a classic for a reason, and we're bringing it back for family time. Saturday, 16th at 11 o'clock. Actually, there's another secret reason we're bringing it back. That's because Wicked is the biggest release of the next week. Week 3 starting the 18th of November. Wicked, this is the new musical starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Everett as classmate witches, well before Dorothy ever steps foot in Oz. I'm, again, not too familiar with the musical. I was getting some hints on this. Apparently very front-loaded. All your favourite songs
Defying Gravity, I believe. Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, very exciting. I mean, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, both incredible voices, so I'm sure they're going to knock the musical elements out of the park. It looks huge on scale. I saw some of the sets that they built for this, and they just look staggering. I know it's got Jonathan Bailey, who was a big breakout in Bridgerton, so he's in it as well. So yeah, it looks very good, and I think everyone's going to be seeing it. It's just going to be one of those like communal experiences by the looks of things.
Yeah, wicked. We'll move on. Film studies. The First Purge. This is the last screening in Dr. Mayusha Wester's film studies season. Wednesday 20th at 6:30. Queer East, the last screening, The River, Thursday the 21st at 6 o'clock. We've got another special with documentary and discussion, part of the UK tour, this one. Speak Little One, The World is Listening. That's also on Thursday the 21st. It starts at 6:30. A documentary about adoption and about children of adopted families. And I think in the discussion we'll break out and sort of, share some experiences. I know a couple of people coming down as part of the film to, talk about their experience of it and sort of the beauty of film, learning other people's perspectives. So if that seems interesting, Speak Little One, The World is Listening. The next day, Friday 22nd, we go to Mayon Arts. They're back with a new film, Goodbye Julia. This was a Sudanese film, one of the highest, most awarded Sudanese films of all time. Should be a good screening. Does again look like a challenging story. It's a woman who loses her partner and then is employed in the direct employ of someone who was responsible in that happening. So quite a tense familial drama, but also a real look on how life is for some people in that part of the world at the moment. So Goodbye Julia. Thanks again to Mayon Arts. We love having them back here at Showroom Cinema. Right. Another guest. Time for another guest. Mel Gourlay is Festival Director of FFS, which stands for Females, Films, Screens, and they'll be taking over the showroom Saturday, the 23rd of November. I spoke with Mel to tell us all about what we can expect from the day. I'm now joined by Mel Gourlay, Festival Director for FFStival.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
Females, Films, Screens.
Yeah.
How did you settle on that title?
I guess we wanted something that was kind of expressed how we felt about the reason behind doing it, but also that kind of meant something as well. It was kind of funny and memorable and stuff. FFS is a lot easier to say than FFN. It's a bit of a tongue.
It's going to be a great day, Saturday, 23rd of November.
Yeah.
You've got screenings running.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
Early in the morning for the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, go out with a blast as well.
Yeah.
Revenge. How was it putting the program together, and was it a conscious decision to try and get films for all types of audiences, I suppose?
Yeah, absolutely. Just wanted to make it as kind of inclusive, as accessible, kind of all ages, but also it's hard to make a festival, especially with kind of female filmmakers. There's bound to be kind of lots of issues that wouldn't be suitable for a young audience. So I kind of had to work hard to get a good balance. We had over 1,000 submissions, and about 300 of those were from men. So we kind of had to be really careful in not only choosing the best ones, but also making sure they were actually directed by a woman or a non-binary filmmaker, because that's the whole point of the festival,
right,
is to give these guys a platform.
No, sounds great. I guess has it given you an opportunity to sort of scout out the next generation of female filmmakers as well, I suppose?
Yeah, because
what's coming through, what other sort of trends at the moment?
Yeah, the way people have made their films. A lot of people, especially young people, females, they don't get the opportunities, but now, despite against all those, people are kind of just getting on with it and making their own films and just doing it in really imaginative ways as well. So it's just good to show what people are capable of from all backgrounds, all countries and all ages, and hopefully encourage people to watch more stuff from these filmmakers, but also kind of encourage them to come to more things like this and to maybe make their own stuff as well.
Yeah, great. And I suppose you've got such a strong short film program running sort of concurrent.
Yeah.
Am I right to say every screening has?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the first one is shorts for kind of families. And then it was tempting to make the whole day shorts because we had so many strong shorts. And it is like being on the other side of the film festival. When you get, and you don't get into a film festival, you're like, oh no, I'm rubbish. It's like, no, you're not. It's because we had over 1,000 entries and we've only got one day. So saying no to some of them was awful. But the second slot is shorts with a delicious Q&A. So that'll be good. And then the next two, we've got another Q&A as well with some amazing creative people. And then we've got a really cool feature film called Shanghai Girls. And I'm doing my first ever virtual Q&A from Shanghai. They'll be in Shanghai, I'll be here. And then, the last one we end with Coralie Fajit's Revenge, which is an absolute banger. So I can't wait because there's a lot of people haven't seen it, so can't wait to share that with everyone.
She made waves to see it with The Substance.
Yeah, The Substance is still going strong. So for people that enjoyed that, then they're not going to be disappointed with Revenge.
I guess jumping back to the shorts, what would you say? And I wanted to pick up that line you were saying about wanting to get people involved in film, making it easier. What makes a really good short film, I suppose? When you're going through these, what were the marks, the metrics that you thought different to a feature film? This is something I want to include in the program. Yeah,
it was just stuff that kind of made me go, yes, but in different ways. So like telling a story about female experiences, but just doing it in a way that is different. It's kind of like we've got a music video in French called Mom Told You So, which is a woman walking home at night, which we all know what it's like, but it's just done in such a cool and interesting way. And it just reiterates over and over again, I shouldn't go that way, but I said, I'd look at that guy, but maybe so if I don't look at him, then maybe he'll follow me. It's just all the thoughts that go through your head when you're walking alone at night. There's another beautiful short, What Women Want, God Want, and it's about a woman's journey to get her daughter back, but she's kind of had like alcohol issues and stuff. And on her journey, it starts off and you just say, oh God, oh no, what's going to happen? And then she meets all these amazing women that pick her up and they help each other. And it's just all about solidarity, really. And that's what the thing is. It's about surrounding yourself with other strong women and people and allies that will lift you up. And then we've got some horrors that are just full of jump scares. And I'm like, yep, I'm cool with that too. It's like, I don't know what's happening, but I just jumped out of my skin. Yeah.
I think so. It's like telling a really good joke, isn't it? You kind of it's tracing a story. We don't need to know this much. We don't need this much context. We just need to get a really good punchline there at the end, and sort of the film is over before you can really unpack it. They sound great. Sounds like you've got a really good slate there. Saturday the 23rd of November. Anything else you'd say to anyone interested in coming?
Come, because the showroom, but also the festival, it's a safe space. It's a nice place to be. You're going to meet lots of lovely, like-minded people. And, maybe it'll inspire you, like, to come out to stuff like this a bit more and maybe even make your own films. If anybody says to me, oh, they're thinking about it and they're not sure, they're just going to get, like, a lecture about why they should and give me reasons why you can't. So it'll just be, like, a really nice experience. You'll meet new friends and have a good time.
Mel Gourlay, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thanks, Nathan.
Thanks again to Mel for coming here and chatting. You can get a festival pass for all the FFS Day goodness from our website. Once again, Saturday, 23rd of November. Later that week, we've got a couple special screenings also on the Sunday, 24th. Battle of Kruti, 1918, the Battle of Kruti, start of a new community strand. This is a Ukrainian independent documentary, but quite early in the history. I think it's about a group of students battling the Bolshevik Revolution. Well, clues in the title, 1918, I suppose. As part of the new community strand, all tickets will be £5. So, yeah, give it a chance. Do come on down, learn something new. Sunday 24th. Complete other end of the spectrum. She Packs a Punch, a double bill from Invisible Women and Tape Collective as part of Art of Action season. I've been loving the stills for these.
Yeah.
All sorts of costumes with Panther Woman and Batwoman. You can catch both. Panther Woman is 6:45 and Batwoman starts at 9 o'clock on Sunday, the 24th of November. Regular releases for that week. We already touched on Wicked, Safety Last, and The Wild Bunch are your other two Art of Action screenings. And then we also have Layla and Snow Leopard as new releases. Great stuff. Shall we move on to week 4?
Yeah, let's do it.
25th of November. We've got a Doc Night screening of Silent Men at 6 o'clock on the Monday night. I caught the last 15 minutes of this at Doc Fest. Ends on a killer punchline. Duncan Cowles, the director, is trying to start discussions about men's mental health. He has a really, really good intimate relationship with his mum and dad, and they don't always deliver what he wants as a director, which I think is a fun bit of friction in that film. Yeah, it should be a good one. I do want to give you a trigger warning. It will contain discussions about suicide. Silent Men at Doc Night's dementia-friendly screening of Steamboat Bill Jr. You get another chance to catch that on Tuesday, the 26th at 12:30 in a relaxed condition. We move on to Wednesday, the 27th. Cinema Palestino, back at the Showroom Cinema with No Other Land. I know this was another big highlight of DocFest this year, so it's a really nice opportunity to get it back just as part of any program, not necessarily a Doc Nights program. Cinema Palestino, we've had a relationship with them for over a decade now, bringing Palestinian films to the big screen. We've got it on the 27th, and we've also got it on the 29th. Pub quiz. End your week with a big quiz on Friday, the 29th of November. This is Max Marriott's quiz in the Showroom Cafe Bar, £2 per team for entry. As for initially difficult, I haven't had a chance to go out to see this one yet, but not just film related, you know. Flexes, muscles, get the whole brain working. One more Art of Action double bill, I believe, this month. Yovember. The films of Michelle Yeoh, One Old, One New, Royal Warriors, and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, it's very exciting. That's going to be a really fun. I've not seen Royal Warriors before, so I'm looking forward to catching that one. Everything Everywhere, I have seen and loved. Obviously, that was swept the Oscars a couple of years back. Became a bit of a cultural phenomenon.
Does she really give it, I obviously really made her breakthrough in the West with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. What are the, fight scenes and the action effects like and Everything Everywhere All at Once?
They're great. There's such a variety of, it's sci-fi at times, there's martial arts, there's also, when they jump through dimensions, they go for different types of fight style.
Okay.
And yeah, it's very good. Michelle Yeoh and Ki Hee Kwan are absolute standouts in that. They're both amazing. I know Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar for it as well. She's amazing in general. I'm not sure she should have won an Oscar for that, but Michelle Yeoh and Ki Hee Kwan were very deserved, and it's good for people to be able to catch that within a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I did a long watch through of a lot of Jackie Chan films from the similar time in that Hong Kong action scene, and you get a very different sense of stunt, quite rustic, but incredibly meticulously planned to get the shot off. Even if the effects itself doesn't blow the doors off, you end up with these just amazing performances, the human body moving in ways that you just don't think it can, I suppose. It's great. And I think, it'll be nice to pair that with something, although not tremendously big budget, much flashier. Great stuff. Royal Warriors, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yovember starts Saturday 30th at Showroom Cinema. One more family time screening, Wolf Witch Giant Fairy. This is brought to you by Royal Ballet and Opera. It's an operatic piece for kids based on Red Riding Hood, Saturday 30th at 11 a.m. And we end with a bang. Dirty Dancing and Highway Child live. They did Blues Brothers. It brought the house down. They're back for more. One of the most iconic films of the 80s. You're going.
I am, yeah. The whole family. It's my mum's favourite. Yeah, my mum's favourite film. So there's no way I couldn't not go. So yeah, we'll be there. And very much looking forward to the live band element and everything. Yeah. And my secret shame is I've never actually fully seen Dirty Dancing. Wow. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And I can finally say to my mum that I've watched it. But no, it looks great. And the Blues Brothers screening was incredible. Just the whole night. That was just amazing. So I'm sure this will be more of the same.
It's so exciting to have them in the screen. Yeah. The £16 ticket gets you the film and the gig afterwards. So they'll be playing classics. Really big band blues style, very exciting, high energy. I think it'll be great. Enjoy Dirty Dancing. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
I know, it's hard on my shame.
Saturday the 30th, 6:30. Regular releases that week. Let's just touch on these quickly. We bring Point Break back as Art of Action. Now we're talking classics. Charlotte Reeves and I've just got it. Alfred Sweet.
There you go.
Bill.
Oh, yeah.
If you want that to happen that weekend, get
smart programming going on at the Showroom Cinema.
We've got a good program.
They know what they're doing.
Point Break, Catherine Bigelow's classic. That closes the Art of the Action classic screenings for this month. And then two more that you didn't happen to catch either of these at LFF, did you?
No, unfortunately not. We've got All We Imagine As Light, which has been really well reviewed, and I can't wait to catch in general release. Just wasn't able to catch it down in London. And Conclave is one I'm very excited for. Yeah. Sort of political thriller set in the Vatican.
Nice.
Ralph Fiennes, John Lithgow, Stanley Tucci. It's about the election of the Pope has died, and it's about the election of a new Pope and all the scheming and politicking that goes on behind the scenes of that. And Ralph Fiennes is trying to keep everyone in control. Yeah. And it's from the director of All Quiet on the Western Front from a couple of years ago, Edward Berger. So really looking forward to that. And it has one of the best trailers I've seen this year. It just keeps you gripped all the way through. So it should be good.
Tense to end the month. Yeah, brilliant. We've made it. We've made it through November, Sam. What's your pick of the month?
Yeah, so the film I'm most excited to see is Gladiator II, but Paddington is obviously going to be a big one as well, and Conclave is a film that just looks brilliant, but the big one is Gladiator II. I'm like the meme of like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? I'm like that cliche, so I couldn't be more in for this film as someone who my last 2 years of favourite films were Paul Mescal films.
Oh, no.
All of Us Strangers and After Sun. So I almost don't want to fall into a cliche, but Ancient Rome and Mescal, so I'm in.
The Triple Crown. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an action-packed month here at Showroom, so we do hope you get down for it. It'll be great. Something really bombastic ahead of all the comfy, cozy family films that we'll be bringing you throughout December. We've just added more dates to the Snowman. That'll be with the live brass band, if you happen to catch Wallace and Gromit. There'll be more announcements throughout the month of some of the family favourites and all-time classics we've got on during December. Give us a follow. Subscribe to the emails if you want to hear all the updates from Showroom Cinema. And thanks again to Tash and Mel. I've almost forgotten. We'll do a bit of audience participation, shall we, for December? Yeah. Let's do a Christmas special or something. We'll try and get a lot of people in. Let us know about your favourite Christmas film to be featured in next month's episode. And obviously you can catch it again on the big screen. And Sam, thanks so much for having me.
Pleasure as always. Thank you.
And thank you for listening or watching Showroom Cinema Podcast. Over. I've been Nathan McLennan. Goodbye.